Good afternoon. This is Eric Meeks, broker owner of Remax Desert Properties, doing a preview of a property for one of my agents, Becky for her client Denise. And I apologize, I did not look at my notes right before I shot this, but I forget the other partner. This is a 1957 mid-century home in Palm Springs. It's mostly in good shape. I want to tell you, there has been some improvements to the home that I think were very nicely done. It's the type of home that you say is solid bones. I think it needs a little bit of work. We're gonna go through it, and I think for the price of 1.499, I think it's a pretty good deal. I do. So let's walk through it. I'll show you the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, and we'll do a preview. I'm gonna spin around the neighborhood. By the way, that house down there right at the end of the block across the street, that's mine. I've owned that house since 1999. I love that house. I raised a family there, married my wife there, and love living in Palm Springs. I currently still live in the Coachella Valley in Palm Desert, but I couldn't have made a better move in my life than when I bought that house. I think that this house will do the same again for somebody else, hopefully for you. Let's go inside and take a look. Go inside here. It's nicely manicured. I like a real lawn. Okay, it's got that. Must have been a tree in that planter at one time. Now it's gone. The way they've got the bushes set up, and by the way, there's no garage. There's just a carport over there, so keep that in mind. But the way they've got these bushes set up, the people who lived here year-round for the most part, because they are protected from the sun. If you look back now, it's late in the afternoon, but you've got the San Jacinto Mountains on this side, which is a fantastic view for the majority of the day. But in the late afternoon right now, we're probably about 110 degrees. So most people who live here want to protect themselves from the sun. Now, this little front fascia wall that we have separating from the main wall and the overhead here, that's the sort of thing that people that plan to live here year-round take advantage of, because it creates shade and the sun doesn't really hit your house. This stonework is very reminiscent of the mid-century homes. Another thing that I want to show you that made me think this house is well maintained, this type of roof and ceiling that's put up here with tongue and groove board, okay, over the years it can get rotted and the paint will peel and stuff like that. But if you look at it, it's in good shape. So the fact that somebody has done that to this house tells me that they probably cared about a lot of other things, because it's very easy on these houses to let these go, and they did not do that on this home. Now, if somebody wanted to, they could open this home up. They could tear out walls, they could tear out windows, they could do all that they want to do, and there's stuff like that on the inside that if somebody wanted to do it. However, I think it's also got a lot of good just the way it is. I like the doors, by the way, coming in. Even though they're a little bit vintage, I believe these doors have been here a long time. I would merely paint those doors and give them some color. I like the wood floor. This is not the mid-century modern sort of design. Oh, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'm Eric. I'll be hosting you through this tour. You got mirrors just as you come in here. A little bit of a foyer area. On this home, we do not have the high ceilings, okay? And some people aren't going to like that. So if you don't, go ahead and click off the video now, because it's all through the house like this. I do like how they drop in these beams and they expose them. I probably would have painted them a color or stained the wood and retained them. So I'm going to take my shoes off. I usually do that on homes like this. I love the fireplace, a great big fireplace, which most people would not think of a fireplace in the desert. But I'll tell you, when it's like December through February and we've got some cold winter nights, and maybe for the rest of you in the country, 40 degrees is not cold, but it's cold here to us. It is, and it's a dry cold for the most part, although we do get a little bit of rain. But when it is those times, it's awfully nice to be able to throw some logs in that fireplace and have an old-fashioned fire. That is a real working fireplace, and many people consider that an added bonus, myself included. Now, and here as I look at the furniture, this furniture is kind of dated in style, but it is quality in construction. This one would be a nice mid-century piece on that there. Some of these I would really like. I love the animal prints that they do. You'll see some rugs throughout the homes. There's a few pieces that, if it were me, I'd try to talk them out of, even though that's fading a little bit right there. That velour kind of rubs off. But a lot of heavy, solid furniture, which really makes sense. This is a neighborhood where people really had some money, and they generally had the money to take care of things. Although I do see some homes that don't. Here's another one of those ceilings. Now, you're going to see a couple of different ceiling styles. That's something that should be played up in this home more so than it is. I also love the real wood floors. This is not the cheap imitation wood that you're buying at Costco. Okay, that vinyl imitation of wood. Hey, there's that good looking guy again. Nice to see you. Okay, this is the real stuff. Somebody stepped up here and bought real quality wood floor. I do think it's going to need new carpet through the main part. Okay, and I would probably go again with carpet. I'd let the wood be in the places where most people walk. If you'll notice, you come in the front door, you've got it going over that way towards some of the bedrooms. They laid some rugs down going over to the master bedroom. We'll explore that in a minute. But then through the middle of the living room, it's all carpet. I would probably replace that carpet. I do get a very faint whiff of cat pee. Okay, so if it could be freshly carpeted, cleaned, and repainted, you generally get rid of that. And during the process, you open up all the windows you can. Now, I also like the fact that we do have a lot of windows along the back. I'm not a big fan of the plantation shutters that they have here. And there is a couple of broken ones. Okay, you'll see here, there's one over there that's broken. Okay, I generally want it open. Okay, and if that were done, this view would be 20 times what it is, because that's a nice pool out there. And I believe that the backyard is one of the things that's been well maintained. We're going to go ahead and take a look out there right now. This decking is fairly new. This is probably less than 10 years old. It might only be 5. There's a hot water heater with a 2017 production label on it. So I wonder if 7 years ago, most of the stuff that's been upgraded in this home was done at that time. Like this, look back here, I can see that that's imitation grass. And over there just a little bit, it's slightly sun bleached with it. Whereas over here where it gets a lot more shade, very dark. That still looks like, no. There's probably still a couple years left in that. But you're going to want to either put in real grass or put in some new imitation grass. It does look lovely the way it goes around the stone here and it opens up. When you come use this backyard, you're either going to put chaise lounges and tables over there if it's a really hot day, or you're going to put them over here in the back and you're going to enjoy the sunshine and look at the mountains. Those are the type of views that you're going to want when you use this pool. But this is a nice old school pool. No jacuzzi on this pool, notice. But this is the type of pool when people say, I'd like a pool that I can swim laps in. This is a long pool. This pool's probably 35 feet long, 30 feet long. You know, it's long. You know, you could swim laps in this pool, and it's probably about 3 to 4 feet deep here. And I bet it's about 8 feet deep over at that end. Might only be 6 if it went through a remodel. Sometimes they shorten them up. But still, even a 6-foot deep pool is deep enough to swim laps in. So it's a very enjoyable backyard. Let's go back inside and look. Little things that need, like here I think they could have chose a better a rounded piece of molding to go on the bottom there. That's what they did. You know. But that's nothing really. But if all this furniture were out, okay, I keep that rug, love that rug. If all this furniture were out, oh, more animal print. I like the animal print stuff. And then paint it. And I would go with kind of soft pastels. I mean, you'll pick your own colors in that there. But again, offsetting these kind of, that's not wicker, you know, but whatever that type of lattice work. Offsetting that lattice work from main wall. maybe even highlighting the beams, okay, into the ceiling. All of the window opened up. None of that I just talked about is expensive. So that's all can be done. Even this carpeting right through the middles here, not expensive. And if all this furniture were out, I think it would feel spacious and large, and you would put your own taste and items in. So even though it's a bit dated looking at this, especially that chandelier, which my wife would probably keep that chandelier. That is a beautiful chandelier. But maybe you want something else. Put in something else. It's still a beautiful chandelier, just like that mirror. Oh, good looking guy again. Okay, so over here, let's go to the kitchen. I like the kitchen, but again, probably about 7 years old. Okay, it's a very durable kitchen. The floors are real wood, but a little bit of scuff mark here, so I would like maybe think about repolishing this. The drawers, oops, my receipt. The drawers they seem to be solid construction, not dovetail. Okay, with it, but they're real wood. I think that's made with it. I think this is some type of Korean countertop. It looks a little like stone. They might correct me on that, but I like, the appliances that are put in. That's a Bosch. Okay, so the labels on things. What's this one? KitchenAid. Okay, what's our coming over here? General Electric. So they did not match brands, but they did match styles. Okay, KitchenAid. So they matched the fridge with the dishwasher, but then not everything else. But then KitchenAid, the same thing? I don't know. Ceiling. Love the ceiling. Love, I don't know if we can call that a chandelier or not, but some of the pieces in this home are kind of Art Nouveau, Art Deco. That chandelier, for lack of a better word, I don't know if that's the right word for that type of lamp, but that's it. And I do love how they've got this kind of latticed ceiling that's built in here, and it really matches the cupboards. Kind of like that fireplace is kind of an Art Nouveau, Art Deco sort of piece on it. Okay, so I would kind of go with that style with this. If I were to try to revive this house, there is a style out here that's called an atomic rancher, and it's the mid-century category stuff. I would recommend doing that with this house, and that is a less expensive way. This is a house, I'll tell you, you could move into and do stuff over time, but I'd probably do carpet and paint right off the bat. You don't have to replace the windows. Almost every window in here is done in that 7-year time frame, and they're all double paned. We're going to go over here into this room. Now, this is a room that to me is more dated. Those look like an older bunch of plantation shutters. I believe this is one of the rooms that the owner has really used, but all of this would be gone. The carpeting, I can't swear to its usefulness, but they have a big piece of carpeting laid over old carpeting. It does make it very soft and nice, but you're going to want to get rid of that. I'd probably redo this room, repaint it. The light switches didn't work in this one here. There is a built-in light. There's a couple of little lamps. This one worked, okay, but other than that, there's not really other built-ins, and I couldn't figure out how to make the little one on the person's desk work, so I just quit looking on it. But this could easily be a bedroom. It could be a bedroom, an office, whatever. It's definitely classified as a bedroom for these purposes. The laundry room, okay, is right off of that bedroom. Closet, kind of hard to see. Closet, it's a big closet. It goes deep. Hey, that guy's following us around. We'll go this way here. We're already going this way. Here's a bathroom. Kind of some vintage wallpaper that's in here. This, I can tell by this bathtub and shower combo. That's some pretty old tile that's in there, and the knobs and everything on it. But it must work. Otherwise there'd be like these horrible stains in the bathtub. It is old enough that there's a couple of chips in the porcelain. So maybe at some point you're going to want to redo that. But I bet it functions because even the doors that are on it, they slide well. Okay, a lot of times when these are old, they don't do that good. And they're very clean. They're not brand new clean because I can see some scratches and stuff here. Okay, where over the years somebody's used like a scratch pad, to clean them. But it's also highly functional. I would bet that we're going to do fairly good on an inspection going through here. The air conditioner feels good. I forgot to point out on the roof there are 2 newer air conditioners, probably put in that 2017 range, and that's pretty new. And 2 of them, they look large. So again, part of the good hardware, solid bones of this house. On this one here, this is kind of a vintage countertop and these types of drawers, and these are possibly original, okay, to the house, but nothing is crooked in its slot. I bet they've all been maintained. These are the sort of things that a cabinet guy can easily maintain or fix, or even a handyman. They're not difficult cabinets to work on. So when you're ready to upgrade the bathroom, you could do that. I wish it was 2 sinks. It's not, but somebody put on newer knobs on this here. Again, probably in that 2017 range. Those got some shine on them. And if it were really old stuff, it'd be faded. So, and I like the recessed lighting that we have in here. Back in the hall, which is kind of dark. Okay. You got there, kind of almost like exterior lights, but this was never an exterior room. Go back here. This would be a second master. Okay, this is at the far end of the house, away from the master. Notice that we still have these solid wood floors, and as I mentioned, they're the real floors. So it's all through the main part, the main pathways through the house. They've obviously turned this into a gym. I believe that's a Murphy bed in there. We got nice sliders on the closet, so there's a big door. Ooh, easy sliding. Wow. Could this have been an exterior, something added on? Well, that'd be a question. Maybe they just did that because they wanted to have... Maybe they wanted to have somewhere to mount a TV. I don't know. That's kind of a weird thing. I don't know why they have like doorways built within the doors of their closet, but they do. Wanted to see something here. What does that say? But that looks like a good quality vacuum. Looks like a vacuum that somebody would come to your door in the 1960s and sell you. Again, though, it speaks to that quality part of the house. Another bathroom, just a small bathroom off what I would call the second master. Little dated, these here. Good quality condition wallpaper. Original shower, but looks like it was maintained, probably regrouted. Nothing broken. Those are some newer handles and shower head that have been put on it. Again, newer doors. Very clean, no water spots on them. This is where I'm going that I believe this house is something that if it were simply cleared out of all of its stuff, that somebody could be very happy with it. And they could move in, not do a ton of work, but there is some things that you're going to want to do. Carpet and paint being the main two. Let's go look at the master. Preview the living room again. This is turning into a long video. Oh, another rug I love. Yep. I love the bookcases myself. Those ones look built in. Most of the others look like they would go with the house. Master bedroom. One of the more dated rooms, although love the chair. Absolutely love it. Even the sofa and the chaise, okay, to me are workable pieces. They really have the age and era of the home to it. And this footstool here, not so much that one, but maybe not there. Absolutely. And I love the view that you get from the master out of the pool. If somebody were coming down and just visiting periodically, you might want to just remove all of these plantation shutters, because those of you who visit just in the winter and spring love all the sun you can get that time of year. I like the, what do you call those, ball drop lamps or balloon drop lamps? There's something like that, I'm sure. I like the mirrors in here. A little vintage on the countertop and the cupboards. It looks like they just kind of repainted some original cabinets and put some knobs on it. Wish again it had 2 sinks. Might want to deal with that when it come here. Toilet and a big shower. Big enough for 2. It's had some upgrades. Those controls, that shower head. You got the handheld shower head there. Kind of vintage looking wallpaper. Again, maybe over time, bring it to another level of improvement. But I think it's livable. I do. Maybe the countertop. Put in 2 sinks. This carpet is lesser carpet. This might have been where the cat smell came from. But if I were to recarpet the living room and those bedrooms, I'd probably do this one too and make it all match through the whole thing. I kind of like the wallpaper. I think this wallpaper must have been done. The wallpaper throughout the whole house must have been done about 7 years ago, because it's all in very good shape. There's no peeling, no fading, no chips, anything like that. It's all in excellent condition. They picked a kind of a light blue color paint, and they did it. It's okay, kind of a metallic light blue. Reminds me of a 1971 Lincoln Continental I owned one time. Anyways, there you go. I think we've walked through the house. I'm looking for somewhere to finish up again. Let's come back in here. Living room. Kitchen. I like the ceilings. Did I mention? Like the fireplace, like the ceilings, like the wood floors. I like the windows through most of the house. They're newer windows. I think these back windows might not be, but anything that's a slider is upgraded. These are original. Okay, like this French that they've done, and these solid panes, these are original. So that's just a single pane of window. But like those slider doors, all new. Let's stop here at the pool. This is a beautiful pool. This is a pool that you and your grandkids and your spouse could come out and enjoy. You could sneak out in the middle of the night and dip into it. I bet right now it's a very comfortable 90 degrees in that water. You get a lot of sunshine here in the summer, but even in the winter, you're going to use this backyard. And you're going to love the neighborhood. Do you remember? I own the house down the street. So, I mean, we might run into each other. I run it as an Airbnb, and this is a neighborhood that you can do that in. Check with the city for the exact specifics on it, but if you're looking for something to offset some of your costs, you should get your Airbnb license and do it. And there you have it. My name's Eric Meeks. I think we're going to call it quits here. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Buy it. I think it's worth buying. I do. I think right now we're at the low point in our market, and to get this for just under 1.5, it will easily be a $2 or $3 million home somewhere in the next 5 to 10 years, in my opinion. I've seen this neighborhood make that kind of leaps, and I think it will do it again. There you go. Now I can call it a day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.